What's going on, everybody? Did you lose your Facebook push? Is the algorithm not seeing you? Are you not getting the views and the reactions that you need on your stream? Today, we're going to talk about how to make the algorithm on Facebook Gaming your best friend. As always, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I have been dealing with a lot of algorithm push lately on my stream. It's been a chaotic move. I've had a lot of growth from it, and it just keeps coming and just keeps coming. And the last few weeks, I think, actually, it's almost been like 2 months of this push that I'm still on. I've been analyzing and trying to get data to help you guys so I can tell you how I did it or what I'm doing to keep things moving. So today's video is going to go over what I know I had set up for success for the algorithm. And I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go into step number 1. You have to find the game that's going to get you traction. What you do is you go into your Creator Studio and you look under one of your latest streams. If you go under Published, click on the video that you want to check out the information on, go down and look for recommendations. When you see your recommendations, you want to be about that 10 to 20% range. That means the algorithm is doing its thing and it's with you. If you are at 0 or 5%, there might be something going on that's wrong. You might be playing a dead game. You might not be tagging your game correctly, or you're in a down spell just at this moment. Now, this isn't something that you should check every single day. You should make note of it, and you should watch it because the algorithm comes and goes in waves. And I'm not kidding. It's one day you're up here at 20% push, the next day you're at 5%, then you're back at 20. That's why I say that 10 to 20% recommendations is usually about average, at least for my stream and other streamers I've talked to. So I think that's a good rule of thumb. Hopefully you're hitting at least at 10%. That means 10% of your viewership is coming from the algorithm pushing you out there, and then maybe a small percentage is shares and so on. So make sure you're finding a game that actually gets you traction. And the sad part is when you do this, you have to sift through a lot of games to find the one that's going to work for you as a streamer. And you're going to hate this next part, but once you find that game, double down, stream it over and over and over. Facebook really likes repetitive gameplay. If you're going to change it up, just change it up like once a week. Don't switch out tags constantly, especially if you're in the beginning. Once you have a foundation, you can get away with this a little more. I'm lucky enough to have that where I can kind of change game tags and I don't see too much of a consequence from it within the algorithm. All right, let's get into the next step. A few videos back, I said that you could bend the rules on tagging a game. We're not going to do that anymore. I don't think it helps streamers and you can get in trouble for it. So that is bad advice that I have given, and I'm going to correct that today. You should tag the game properly. Find the game that's going to get you traction and tag it when you're playing it. If you play something else, switch to tag. Because the Facebook algorithm works off of that tagging system. And if they find out that you're tagging the wrong game, you will get pushed back. You won't get as much traction as you could get if you're tagging the correct game. So if you're playing Call of Duty, make sure you have the right Call of Duty tagged. If you're playing something else, just make sure you stay on top of that. Tag the correct games. Don't try to bend the rules because there's more and more stories of streamers getting hit with that incorrect tagging of the game, and then their monetization goes away. They lose their level up for how many time until they get that video corrected. So it's not worth doing, in my opinion, especially if you're starting out. You don't really need to. Step number 3. This kind of goes without saying, but you'd be surprised how important this is. The algorithm's going to come and push you randomly. You're not really going to know when it's going to happen. So the energy level, or at least the energy within the stream, you don't have to be flaring and yelling at this camera and being like super loud. That's not always engaging, but engagement comes from being compelling, being believable, being a good player. Try to find your niche or your thing that makes you a unique streamer and really double down on that. So when people roll in and they see you for the first time, there is that connection, there is that engagement. And this comes in all shapes and sizes and waves and forms, and it's not an end-all be-all. Don't try to just be something else. Try to find something that works with your personality but also is compelling and engaging. If you need any more tips on that, I'll have a video at the end of this video tagged to the left. Is that the left? I don't know. I'm always confused with the camera angle. Anyway, over here. We'll put a video over here at the end of the video on engagement that'll help you if you have no idea how to start doing this, at least with talking with your chat. All right, step number 4. Within your Creator Studio is a schedule that you can fill out and follow just like on Twitch. This, I think, has a big something to do with how my streams have been going lately. As soon as I filled that schedule out, I want to say I started noticing an improvement in my reach with my stream. I go live at the exact time that I have labeled, and I end my streams around the exact time that I have labeled. It is within the Creator Studio. You can see it right here. It is a wonderful tool. You should be using this, and you definitely need to be on a schedule if you want to have any benefit from the algorithm on Facebook Gaming. It really works off of that repetitiveness, like the gameplay, the same time, whatever you can do to make that work. Now, I am only a part-time variety streamer. I only stream 10 hours a week. I used to do 8, now I'm at 10 because of the way things have been going on my page. And I'm trying to get this as tight as I can. When I'm on time, I try to be punctual. If I have to change something, I change it in the schedule before I go live. Try to be using this tool. I think it's a great benefit, and I think the algorithm likes it. I'm not certain. That's just my suspicions. You guys can take that and use it if you want. Or maybe I'm just crazy and you're wasting your time watching my video. Tip number 5. This isn't so much of a tip as it is more of just an overall understanding how this thing works. It comes in waves. I say this over and over in all my YouTube videos. It's waves. You're going to be down, you're going to be up, you're going to be all over the place when you're streaming. In the beginning, I can't tell you how many times I was up to like 30, 40 viewers, and I'd be back down to 15, 25. 30, 40 viewers, 15, 25. It is like that. It is all over the place. That doesn't mean your reach is dead. And people like to blame the notification systems. If you are following a schedule and your audience knows your schedule, then you don't have to rely on the algorithm. And you know what? A lot of streamers lose heart on Facebook Gaming and they go over to Twitch. And the number one reason why those streamers fail at Twitch is because they don't realize that there is absolutely no algorithm push on Twitch. That's the truth. So we can complain about something that's given to us as a streamer that actually does help us when it wants to, or when things are working. When it's not there, we complain and we act like the world is ending. But the truth is, you just got to figure out other ways to get people to your stream. You should be working your other socials, your TikToks or whatever reels or shorts you have access to, getting engagement. YouTube is a great place. A lot of people put gameplay on there, but maybe you can come up with something different or make it unique enough to grab the audience's attention and drive them back to your stream. Don't just rely on the algorithm, and don't feel like because the algorithm isn't backing you up that your stream is any less successful or any less of a stream. You're doing fine. You got to ride out these waves, because if you let it get to you and you get dark on stream and you start complaining, that is the killer of all streams. If you are complaining, whining on stream about things that aren't working within your stream, it's a huge turn off for your viewers. They won't be there. And the next second best thing to turn off your viewers is asking for stars. Stop asking for stars, please. There's some streamers I've been around that have really been pushing that, and it's just like, you don't need to do that. Like it just trust me. The less you say about stars, the more you're gonna get. That's a little extra tip for those that stuck around to the end of this video. So I hope this helps you in understanding what I've been doing. That's really the schedule was the biggest thing that I've changed. And besides the video trimming, which I talked about endlessly, you should know this by now, you should be trimming your videos. Maybe on the other side above here, I'll put the trimming video so you guys can, here's the engagement, here's the trimming video, and you're good to go. If you guys liked the video, I appreciate it if you could hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. That way you can keep up with my weekly content. I'm making us all better streamers. These videos come from my own experiences as I go along, as I'm streaming. I started as a small, little, tiny thing, and now I'm like a small, little, tiny thing. I'm still pretty small in all honesty when you look at the world of streamers, but I think we were number 3 in the Mario bracket for a little while. It was very exciting. But I'll see you guys next week.